Hi again folks, how you all doing? Here we have a Hornby James that was sent to me by Andy on behalf of his grandson Noah. I've worked on Thomas, Henry, Gordon and Ben, but this is James's first visit, so I thought I'd feature it. Andy says this runs but tends to stop now and again, but the motor still spins, so it sounds like the old aluminium pinion gear failure yet again. Well, let's see what happens under power. So it seems to run okay at the moment, but let's get James into the shed and off to the bench and we'll have a wee look. Alrighto then, let's get a look at James. From what Andy says, it sounds like the aluminium pinion gear is slipping, so it should be a simple job of replacing that. Quick look at the locomotive. All seems fine. It's a wee bitty oily. We'll give that a wee bit of a clean up. It's got one of those sprung drawbars, which I don't like. But yeah, I think we'll get some of the oil out of that. But it's nice and free moving, so no problem there. Let's have a look at this. Oh, it's tight. There we go. Yeah, there's the aluminium pinion gear. Let's have a look. Is it loose? I mean, the model is running, but yeah, it's loose. You can see there the pinion's loose, but when it's pulled out like that, it's gripping, and that's the position it was in. But push it in, and it's well loose. So we'll get that out and get a brass one in, and we'll give this a wee service. It'll be right as rain. Unplug that. Don't know what was going through Hornby's mind when they designed these things, I really don't. A couple of screws there would have done the job just fine. But no, you've got these silly plastic clips which can be an absolute nightmare to get out. I'm going to take this coupling off the back. That looks as if it might be easier to get out if I can get that in. There we go. Do it at that end. Out it comes. Clip off the gears. Pinion gear. All that comes. The brushes, one of them stuck, all a bit oily. There we go. So yeah, it's a bit of a manky, oily mess, as usual, but in otherwise in okay condition. So we'll get everything cleaned up, put these and the brushes into the sonic cleaner. I've got a replacement pinion gear here, put that in the sonic cleaner as well, and we'll get these gears cleaned up, clean up the commutator, just all the usual stuff. Pop that into the sonic cleaner. Okay, so all these bits and bobs have been in the sonic cleaner. Springs, brushes, pinion gear, and the clip and the brush retainers. Give everything a wipe. Alright, we'll give the gears a scoosh. They're all in okay condition. Pretty clean actually. Give this a scoosh out. It's not full of the usual gunk and fluff, it's just a bit oily. It's just cleaned up fine with the contact cleaner. Yeah, it's fine. And just while we're at it, we'll give the locomotive a wee scoosh. It's all very clean, it's just been over oiled. That'll sort that. Another wee problem with over oiling is the drawbar. There's a lot of oil on that screw. You don't want any oil on the drawbar at all, because you want that to conduct electricity as well as possible. So scoosh out the oil. Screw that in nice and tight, and hopefully that'll provide a good enough contact. Okay, we'll fit the brass pinion gear. The hole's bigger on one side than the other, so it won't go on one way, but it'll pop on the other. And get my trusty little nut with a spot of black tack, stick that in it, and then we put that in the vise. Put that in there like that, and then just gently squeeze the gear on. Don't want to put it all the way on, to leave a little gap. There we go. So now it should just be a case of putting this back together. Put that back on. Moly grease on the spindles. Clip. Put the brushes in. Bit of oil in the bearings there, and it should spin with the battery. There you go. I'm keeping my workbench tidy these days. Don't let it get in a mess. Tidy up as we go along. Right, okay. That's going to fit in there like that. That's going to clip in there. Plug that in. Let's give it a wee test. Okay, power on. So that seems fine. We'll get a wee bit of fresh oil into the locomotive, because I gave it a good scoosh out to get rid of all the oil. So just a wee touch on the axles. And there we go. So there we go, no more gear slipping for James. Let's pull him out the shed. So there we are, and that's this Hornby James sorted out with a brass pinion gear, a nice easy fix on a nice clean model. I just thought I'd do a video on this as I hadn't worked on a James before, and I'm sure Noah would like to see his locomotive in a video. The model appears to have been well looked after and is in good running order, which is nice to see. Just needed the aluminium gear replaced and a wee bit of a service. Okay, I shall get this packed up and sent back to Andy and Noah. Catch you later, folks.